The Russian summer offensive. This is what it really looks like. IFVs are blown to pieces, and tank turrets are blown off like champagne corks. We have compiled the hottest footage from the front lines for you, from the elimination of North Korean MLRS to precision strikes by F-16 fighter jets on Russian command posts. Ukrainian intelligence spotted North Korean missile system. The 240mm rocket systems that Russia received in 2024 are capable of covering targets at a distance of 40 to 70 kilometers. But even deep inside enemy territory, they are not safe. Ukrainian operators launch long-range FPV drones, and one of them hits the cockpit precisely. In a matter of minutes, the flames reach the ammunition. And here's what happens next. Russian troops. We can see 16 Russian soldiers in 3 groups. The first group consists of 4 people, the second group consists of 4 people, and the third group consists of 4 people, with 2 armored personnel carriers standing next to them. The first explosion occurs, and upon hearing the explosion, the first armored personnel carrier drives away. Here, the first group of 7 people is in a shelter, and an explosion occurs. Then the third group of 4 people enters the armored personnel carrier, and an explosion occurs. Here is the second group that was in the armored personnel carrier. A drone flies into it, and the armored personnel carrier catches fire. As a result, 3 groups with 2 armored personnel carriers were hit. Here we see the truck they wanted to hide. The operators are using a drone, and even though it was really windy, the drone gets really close to the truck, and we can see the damage. Here, a truck is moving along the road. The enemy thought it was in a safe zone, but powerful firepower on the move hit the target, and the crew ran out. A new attack. We see the enemy moving along the road. When they saw the drone, they started to flee, but their equipment was destroyed. A Ukrainian operator spotted a Buk M1 moving along the road and struck the enemy with a drone, causing it to lose control and veer off the road. The enemy decided to hide the BM-27 Hurricane among the trees, but Ukrainian operators spotted it as they approached the enemy and struck it, causing an explosion and hitting the enemy. Another enemy transport was spotted in the field. The transport was equipped with a trawl. The drone approached the transport and hit it. A Tu-19 Mestur S was spotted. This is a Soviet and Russian 152mm self-propelled howitzer. It is unclear what it is doing here, but the operator hits the target with a drone, and the enemy transport is destroyed with a second hit. Here, Ukrainian operators spotted a mobile fire group. The enemy noticed the drone and began to run out of the vehicle, but the drone hit the vehicle and it was destroyed. Noticing the enemy, the Ukrainian operator throws a grenade directly at the vehicle, which then catches fire and the target is hit. The Ukrainian crew hit 3 Buks in one day: Buk M2, Buk M3, and Buk M3. Here's how it all happened. The first Buk M3 was hit by a drone from behind. The next one was Buk M2, which was destroyed by a drone. And the next one was Buk M3, which was also hit. As a result, 3 Buks were hit by 1 crew in one day. Here, Ukrainian operators spotted an enemy truck and, using a drone, approached the truck and struck it, causing an explosion and destroying the target. The operators spotted the next truck while it was moving, which made it more difficult to hit, but the Ukrainian operators managed to do so and destroyed the enemy truck. Here, the enemy thought they could hide behind 2 trees, but as it turned out, they failed because the operators spotted them and hit the vehicle, and the crew ran out. This is a rather complicated situation because the transport is moving. The pilot enters the intersection of the car and hits this car, and the car stops. Next strike, we see Russian transport that thought it was in a safe place, but our pilot approaches the strike calmly and intelligently, resulting in 1 less transport. Here, the crew thought they could hide in the courtyard of the house, but it didn't work out. The pilot used a drone to approach the truck and destroy it. But here's a situation where the crew wanted to hide after attacking Ukrainian positions, but the pilot spotted a BM-21 Grad truck and hit it. Next hit, the pilot sees the target from afar, chooses a good glide path, approaches along a single trajectory, and immediately aims at the fuel tank area in order to destroy the vehicle. Here we see lightning strike twice. The pilot approaches the target and narrowly misses, but there is damage. The second strike hits the wing, which begins to maneuver, and the pilot catches up with it. It was difficult, but the pilot managed. Next, we see how the armored combat vehicle moves, and the pilot hits it accurately, damaging the vehicle. In the middle of the field stands a Tunguska, a Soviet and Russian anti-aircraft gun and missile system. The pilot used a drone to inflict damage. An FPV drone approaches a Russian armored personnel carrier, takes aim and hits it, causing damage. But the operator does not stop and hits it again in the same way. The Buk M1 that we see moving is a medium-range mobile air defense system. Here it is just standing still, and we see how the operator approaches it with a drone. And then there is an explosion. They try to hide it, but it has been hit again. As a result, the target was destroyed. The FPV drone flies low over the field, ahead of the MTLB. The operator carefully adjusts the course. In a moment, there is a sharp jerk forward and an explosion, and the vehicle is destroyed. The FPV drone races through the air, approaching the Buk M1 launcher moving along the road. The operator slightly adjusts the course, because it is not so easy to control, and in a few seconds the drone crashes into the vehicle. A powerful flash hits the vehicle. The FPV drone flies at low altitude, approaching the 9S-36M radar with a circular antenna on top. The drone accelerates sharply and crashes into the vehicle, damaging it. In this situation, the FPV drone is flying at high speed. Ahead is a moving tank. The operator approaches the vehicle, a sharp jerk forward, and an explosion, resulting in the tank being hit. A Ukrainian drone approaches its target. An OSA air defense missile system is spotted on the horizon. This is a Soviet anti-aircraft missile system designed for division-level air defense. The operator takes aim at the installation. The drone flies toward it and an explosion occurs.